Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is now forming a big descending triangle, but the breakout will probably fail. Be slightly more careful in the coming days and let me show you why. Now, first you're also going to see our levels on Bitcoin have been respected almost exactly. Remember in our yesterday's video, we talked about our golden Fibonacci ratio when we are measuring the entire push down. Bitcoin hit our golden pocket almost to the exact dollar accuracy. We also took the liquidity exactly above our recent high, and of course also we hit a significant trendline area of resistance, making it literally from the all-time high. All of those three levels were hit beautifully, and Bitcoin exactly from this specific area is right now getting a rejection back down of approximately 2.7%. Of course, in yesterday's video, I also gave you a very nice, very simple trading idea. We can be looking for a short trade at our area of resistance, stop loss exactly above the high, taking the profits along the way. And yes, at the moment, it really does look like this specific trade is playing out beautifully. Even myself, exactly right here at this specific level, I added even more capital to my short trade on Bitcoin, so my average entry price right now is approximately 90,000 US dollars. Yes, at least for now. I do remain also in my long trade on Bitcoin and also in a long trade on XRP. However, in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly one of the very important levels where potentially I'm then going to close my long trade on Bitcoin and also on XRP, and I'm only going to hold the Bitcoin short trade because potentially we might be looking for a bigger push towards downside. But right now, first of all, also, the most people, of course, really like to trade patterns. They right now probably are paying attention to quite a significant descending triangle on the 4-hourly time frame. Remember, a descending triangle, unfortunately, does have a higher probability of breaking towards the downside. It is definitely more of a bearish than bullish pattern. However, also, when we are zooming in, let's just say on the 1-hourly time frame, one might even say, bro, it's not going to be a descending triangle. Clearly, Bitcoin right now for the past few days, it is forming right here brand new lower highs, while we are also getting brand new higher lows. So it could also be some kind of a symmetrical triangle. Now, to be honest, and of course, as you also probably know, I really do not like trading breakouts or maybe even any breakdowns. I simply like to simplify everything and to go with a long trade at the area of support and a potential short trade at the area of resistance. Doesn't really matter if we have a symmetrical triangle right here or maybe if Bitcoin does have right now a significant descending triangle. The most important thing is at the areas of support on a discount on the push down, we are more interested to fire a brand new long trade because of course the main strategy is always going to be trying to buy low and sell high. So to be honest right now, for all people that are right now looking at this specific descending triangle or maybe even a symmetrical triangle, I personally do not really care. If we do get right now a push down, start breaking a level that I'm going to show you slightly later, definitely a bearish Bitcoin indication, and in this specific scenario, a major descending triangle could potentially get a bigger breakdown towards the downside. And what is going to be the technical target of the triangle right here? We are going to be measuring the entire opening of the triangle and putting the trend line on the potential breakdown that might even happen in the coming days. And you're right, I'm going to see the technical target is going to be at approximately 75,000 US dollar area, which actually it is going to align very, very nicely also with our recent low. But of course, if we are going to go that low, probably Bitcoin is then also going to take the liquidity below our recent low and only then potentially do get some kind of a bigger bounce back towards the upside. And that is also right now why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are really possible. And of course, also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Right now, let's also talk about why this specific area is definitely going to be a very important price target, because also remember from our yesterday's video, we talked about a bigger 5-wave price structure towards downside on the daily time frame. However, what if we are right now zooming in slightly more, let's just say on the 2-hourly or maybe even on the 1-hourly time frame, don't really care about the descending triangle, and we need to measure some very important Fibonacci extension price target. So what we are right now going to say, okay, if Bitcoin is right now looking slightly more bearish, if our important support level in the next couple of days is going to see a breakdown, we can then definitely talk about our 5-wave price structure towards the downside also on the 1-hourly. So what we are going to say, Okay, Bitcoin got the first impulse right here. Right now, potentially, we have already completed our second elite wave right here. Or if we are going to get another push up, we are also then going to extend our second elite wave. And more about that slightly later. But right now, let's just say Bitcoin completed the second elite wave right here. And potentially in the next few days, and of course, at the start of the brand new year, we might be expecting a bigger push down for our third, fourth, and then of course also the fifth elite wave. What is going to be the technical target of our third elite wave when we pay attention to the 5-wave price structure on the 1-hourly time frame? So what we are right now going to do, let's go with our trend-based Fibonacci extension from the exact high back towards the exact low, back towards the exact high. And we need to pay attention only to one very important price target, which is going to be 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. And you can right now see the target doesn't perfectly align with the price target of our descending triangle. However, it is coming in very, very close. $74,000 is going to be the technical target of the third elite wave. And yes, if we are going right now with the logarithmic scale, the target is actually going to be exactly the same. $75,200 area if Bitcoin is right now actually going to continue much lower and actually going to get a major breakdown out of our descending triangle. However, here I would also say that you need to pay attention to the potential second elite wave right here extending slightly higher. And what exactly do I have in mind? Remember, in the past few videos, we have been talking about a major trendline area of resistance that we are literally making it from the all-time high almost exactly from $125,000. And what you can potentially see right here, Bitcoin, if we get another push towards the upside, of course, technically speaking, it is going to be breaking our major trendline right here. However, I personally really do not like trading breakouts. I much rather go with a short or a sell position at the area of resistance and a long trade at the area of support. If right now Bitcoin is going to start breaking our trendline area of resistance towards the upside, guess what majority of people are going to be doing at this specific area? They are going to think, okay, the level is getting a breakup, let's go with a brand new long trade. However, I would say like that, because if we are then going to get another bigger push towards the upside right here, a major area of resistance is going to get hit. So what exactly you need to pay attention to right here? A major golden Fibonacci ratio, when we go from our high back towards the low, is definitely going to get hit if we start going higher. Then, of course, our second elite wave right here could potentially extend. We are going to get some kind of an ABC correction right here. And of course, if we do get some kind of a reaction at this specific area, yes, I might be looking to go with another short trade, not only on Bitcoin, but of course also potentially on Ethereum and also on XRP. So definitely the strategy for Bitcoin is actually staying exactly the same. We are more bearish at the area of resistance. We are being more bullish at the area of support. And what is right now going to be another very important level you should really pay attention to? Right now, of course, you know, this specific level is the most important level if Bitcoin is going to be able to get a push up. However, what if we start going lower and Bitcoin is already going to start forming the third elite wave? In this specific scenario, there are only two important volume levels you should be paying attention to. Measuring right now the entire bottom price action with the volume, you're going to notice the value area low is going to come in at $85,700. Also, what we can do right here, measuring only this specific part of the price action, where the value area low is going to be at 86,600. If this specific zone of support on Bitcoin does get a breakdown, in my opinion, we are potentially already looking for the bigger push down of the third elite wave, then of course also the fourth one, and then of course also the fifth one, for us to finish the bigger 5-wave price structure, not only on the 1-hourly and 2-hourly time frame, but of course also on the daily time frame, finishing the bigger 5-wave price structure. And of course, the lower we are going to go, the bigger long trades I'm going to deploy on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and pretty much on the entire cryptocurrency market. But of course also, my trading bots are actually going to be buying the dip. They are not going to be scared if Bitcoin does get another push down. It is very important when you're actually starting those specific bots, and usually it is the best once Bitcoin is getting a push down. Right now, of course, we have already gotten a push down, so in my opinion, right now is actually a very good time for you to maybe even start using the Bitcoin and also the Ethereum trading bot. So you can very simply sign up on Pionex using this specific link down below in the description. After you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get a beautiful bonus, and then simply deploy my exact bots with this specific link down below in the description. You're going to copy the exact same settings I'm using right here, and definitely if Bitcoin does go down towards 75, maybe even 70, maybe even 65,000 US dollar area, the Bitcoin bot is going to be buying the dip. Also, the Ethereum bot is going to be buying the dip, and of course, on the way up, it is going to be taking the profit for you. Also right now, pay attention to the CVD indicator, to the yellow line on the 30-minute time frame. This specific indicator is showing to us if the buying or selling pressure is coming in the market. So you're right now going to see a brand new higher high is being formed on the CBD while Bitcoin is forming a brand new lower high. So what does that exactly mean? Buying pressure is coming in the market, but it's not really able to push the price higher. This right here is a bearish indication of Bitcoin, bearish divergence, bearish absorption. So that is why potentially in the next few hours, we might be looking for another very slight push towards the downside on the Bitcoin price itself, potentially for us to take the liquidity below our recent low. Of course, then we are going to see how our volume area of support right here is going to be able to hold. If not, the next target is the lower volume level, but of course also if this one is going to be lost, we definitely should make sure that we are then expecting much lower targets in the next few days. Also right now, pay attention to our Bitcoin liquidation heat map, first of all on the 2-week time frame. This specific chart is right now definitely being slightly more bullish. Bitcoin does have bigger liquidations exactly above the recent highs, because if we do get right now a push towards the upside, over 261 million of short trades are going to get liquidated. So this right here, this specific level is acting as a magnet for Bitcoin. However, what if we are right now zooming in, let's just say on the 1-week time frame, to see if our bigger liquidations are below the lows or above the highs? And here we are going to see a completely different story. Bigger liquidations on the 1-week time frame are not going to be above our recent highs, but actually exactly below the recent lows. Approximately 130 million of long trades are going to get wrecked if Bitcoin does get another push down below our recent low. So this right here locally is a bearish indication. The bearish absorption we are getting right here is also locally speaking more of a bearish than a bullish indication. So definitely in the next couple of hours, potentially Bitcoin might even get another push down for us to test our volume level, and then of course we are going to go from there. Please note that yes, unfortunately we are still right now trading in a major downtrend. Looking right now on the 1-hourly time frame, clearly you're going to notice that our 200 exponential moving average, the green one, is above the 50. So it really means we are in an average downtrend on the 1-hourly, on the 2-hourly, and also on the 4-hourly time frame. So being right here super bullish on Bitcoin, in my opinion, does not really make a lot of sense. Yes, of course, we can get slightly more bullish if our bigger trendline area of resistance right here is going to be able to get a break towards the upside. However, once again here, you still need to pay attention to our major golden Fibonacci ratio, where potentially our second elite wave right here can be extending to. So definitely right now, Bitcoin is really at a decision point. Are we going to get a push down? Are our volume support levels going to get broken? Are we actually looking for much lower targets? Or simply are our areas of resistances going to be able to get a major breakout back towards the upside? That is why, of course, I'm using my Bitcoin and Ethereum trading bot right here that are actually buying the dip and are taking the profits for me. So if you want to use my exact bots right here, click this specific link down below in the description, make an account on Pionex, deposit, because you're going to get a beautiful bonus right here for the next 4 days, and also then deploy the bots using this specific link because you're going to copy my exact settings. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.